Hello everyone. Today in this session we are going to see exercise 2.2 in linear correlation. That will continue. We have already seen some of the questions, right? How to calculate the linear correlation by Carl Pearson's method, product moment method. Again we'll continue that exercise. In the last session I told you that now there are some short sums available where specific informations were provided. So according to the given information we have to decide which formula can be applicable, and that formula we have to use to calculate the answer. Okay, this kind of questions will be asked in your exam, board exam, for 2 marks as well as for 3 marks questions. So that is why these questions are also important, and that is why each and every formula is important for you. So you have to keep in mind each and every formula regarding the different methods available. Like see, question number 12 is that I am reading the question first, then I will show you how to calculate the sum. Okay, see question number 12 I am reading in your textbook, page number 85 it is available. Find the correlation coefficient from the following information of rainfall into bracket x in centimeter, that is variable x, and yield of the crop it is given into bracket tons per hectare for the last 10 years of a district. Then the information is provided that I have wrote over here. See, n is equals to 10, covariance of xy available 30, then standard deviation of x is given 5, and variance of y available. Variance of y means s square y, it is given 144. We need standard deviation, so its square root will be the standard deviation. So sy is equals to square root of 144, 12. So this is the given information. According to this we have to define that which formula is applicable over here, and with the help of this formula we'll try to calculate correlation coefficient R. So as you know, the covariance is available, which is the first formula we have available, where the covariance is used by the Carl Pearson, the original formula given by Carl Pearson. So according to the given data, we can use this formula. R is equals to covariance of xy divided by sx into sy. This is your formula. So you can replace, all the values are now available. So you can replace the values and you can find out your answer. So covariance of xy is 30 divided by sx 5 into sy is 12. That is 30 divided by 5 12s are 60. 30 upon 60. So R is equals to 0.5. This is your answer. And it is called again which type of correlation? Partial positive correlation. This is your interpretation. Got it? This is how we can solve this kind of sums, and this kind of questions are important, will be asked in your exam for 2 marks and 3 marks, remember. And importantly is this one, which formula we have to use out of the different formulae we have seen. Okay, according to the given information you can apply that formula and you can find out your answer. Similarly now the question number 13. See, it is given that the following information is obtained regarding the height x and weight y for the sample of 10 students of a school. So there are 10 students available in a information. So n is equals to 10 you can write, and the other informations are available. I wrote over here, like x bar is given 160, y bar is 55. That is mean of the height and weight, mean of the weight. Okay, then sum of xy is available 90,000, right, and sx and sy is available 25 and 10. So now with the help of the given information we have to use formula to find out correlation coefficient by Carl Pearson's method. So in that case, what is the formula we are going to use, or which formula we can apply over here? So according to the given data, x bar, y bar, sx and sy available. So in the denominator we'll keep sx, sy, and in the numerator sum of xy, x bar and y bar are available, that we'll use over here. So how we can write the formula? Which formula? Sum of xy minus n into x bar into y bar. These are the formula we have already discussed in the beginning of this method. Okay, so that is what we have to apply over here, divided by n into sx into sy. This is your formula to find out correlation using the given data. Now replace the information. So xy, sum of xy is 90,000 minus n is 10 into x bar is 160 into y bar is 55 divided by n is 10 into sx is 25 into sy is 10. So now 90,000 minus multiplying this value, so we'll get answer. I'm going to multiply that with the help of a calculator. So 10 into 160 into 55, that is equals to 88,000, and divided by this 3 value multiplication. So 10 into 25, 250, 250 into 10 is 2500, which is equals to, now the reduction, 90,000 minus 88,000 is 2,000 divided by 2500. So 2000 upon 2500, that will be your correlation coefficient R. Therefore R is equals to 0.8. This is your answer. And again 0.8 means the type of correlation will be partial positive correlation. This is interpretation. So you can see now there are different sums available, short sums are there, and different formula we are going to use over here. According to the given information, we have to apply the formula, and that formula using which we can get the answer. Okay. Likewise, that is another question we have available that we'll try to solve. 14th question now. In the 14th question, see, it is given that determine the value of correlation coefficient from the following data. And in that question, there are two sums available. Question number 14, under which first sum given, that I am writing the data available. It is given sum of x minus x bar the whole square. Sum of x minus x bar the whole square is equals to 72. Then sum of y minus y bar the whole square is equals to 32, and sum of x minus x bar into y minus y bar is equals to 45. These are the given information. So this is, you know, now this formula we have already used in the questions also. So this is the formula using the deviations from the mean we have used. So which is the formula according to the given data we can use? R is equals to sum of x minus x bar into y minus y bar divided by root of sum of x minus x bar the whole square into another root sum of y minus y bar the whole square. This is the formula applicable over here. Now replace the value. So x minus x bar into y minus y bar total is 45 upon into first root sum of x minus x bar the whole square is 72 into another root sum of y minus y bar the whole square is 32. Now 45 divided by these two value, we have to multiply first and then we have to find out its square root. So 72 into 32, that is 2304. Now we need its square root. The square root of 2304 is 48. Now the answer, R is equals to 45 upon 48, that is 0.9375. You can take 0.94 approximately, and again it is type of correlation partial positive correlation. So this is how the formula can be applied with the given information. And also the second sum in that question number 14, where the data provided that you know now, this formula very much useful and familiar for you. N is equals to 6 available, sum of x is equals to 16, sum of y is equals to 51, then sum of xy is equals to 154, then sum of x square is equals to 52, and sum of y square is equals to 471. This is the given data. So you know now, these are all values direct formula method. direct method formula. What is the direct formula? That is R is equals to, formula is n into sum of xy. So many times you have used in the main sums also, minus sum of x into sum of y divided by into the first root and sum of x square minus sum of x the whole square into the another root and sum of y square minus sum of y the whole square. This is your formula. Now replace the values one by one. So n is available 6 into sum of xy is available 154 minus sum of x is 16 into sum of y 51 divided by into the first root. N is available 6, sum of x square is available 52 minus 16 sum of x the whole square into another root. N is 6, sum of y square available 471 minus sum of y is 51 the whole square. This is now we know how to calculate it. So now one by one we will multiply the value. So 6 into 154 first of all, which is 924 minus 16 into 51. So 16 into 51 is 816 divided by into the first root. 6 into 52 is 312 minus 16 square is 256 into another root. 6 into 471 is 2826 minus 51 square is 2601 is equals to, now numerator deduction, 924 minus 816, that comes to 108 divided by into the first root. 312 minus 256 is 56 into the next root. 2826 minus 2601, that comes to 225, which is equals to now 108 divided by, now multiplication of these two value and its root value. So 225 into 56, that is equals to 12,600 and its root is 112. This one is 108, 112.25. Now the division will be our answer. So 108 divided by 112.25 is equals to 0.96. Again answer 0.96 means the interpretation is partial positive correlation between the two variables x and y. This is how we can solve the sums with the help of different formula. Now there is one last question is remaining to solve, that will solve over here and we will complete the exercise. That I will show you now how to solve the last sum also. That is also one kind of short sum and that one is important for your exam point of view. I will show you that which informations are provided and how it can be solved. That I will show you. See, it is given, I am reading the question. Find the value of R from the following data. Now the data is available in a tabular form. I will show you that data also in the tabular form. Particulars x and y. Average is available. The average of x and average of y means it is 95, 80 and 60 and 95 is given as what? X bar and y bar. The sum of squares of deviations taken from the mean. Sum of squares of deviations. That is, deviation means it is called as x minus x bar or also x minus a. But taken from the mean available means it is x minus x bar. And the sum of its square value it is given. So sum of x minus x bar the whole square and sum of y minus y bar the whole square. And this one is the sum of product of the deviation. That is, these values are given. This is called as sum of square of deviations taken from the mean of x and sum of squares of deviations taken off from the mean of y. And this is your product of sum of product of the deviations taken from the means of x and y. So these informations are provided in the form of a table. I am writing that now in the form of this denomination. The first average value given, question number 15 it is, last question in the exercise. X bar is available 60, y bar is available 95. Then sum of x minus x bar the whole square is given 920. Sum of y minus y bar the whole square is given 1050. And last one, sum of x minus x bar into y minus y bar is available minus 545. So these are the given information we have. With the help of this, now we'll try to find out the correlation coefficient R. Okay. So again, data provided in the form of a sentence, that is why it is become little bit difficult for us. But when you bifurcate it, that which type of data is provided, it will become easy for you now. So with the help of this, which formula is useful? This one which you have already recorded. So see now, R is equals to sum of x minus x bar into y minus y bar divided by into the first root, sum of x minus x bar the whole square into the another root, sum of y minus y bar the whole square. Now we place the value. So sum of x minus x bar into y minus y bar minus 545 upon root of sum of x minus x bar the whole square is 920 into another root, sum of y minus y bar the whole square is 1050. So minus 545 divided by this two value multiplication and its root value. So it is 920 into 1050 and its root is 982.85. Now the division will be our answer. So it is 545 upon 982.85. That comes to minus, because it is minus 545, minus 0.56, 555. It is 554 it is. So you can take 0.55. And this is your answer. That is known as, now the interpretation, negative correlation we got. So, and also not the exact one, minus 1. So we can write over here, it is called partial negative correlation. This is your answer. That is how we can solve the sums. So you can see today we have seen this kind of different sums where the denominations are directly given to you. Okay, and according to that specific formula you have to use with the help of the given information, so that you will get the correct answer. Otherwise the answer will not be correct. Okay, so that is how we can solve the question. And today we have completed exercise 2.2. So in the next session we'll see exercise 2.3, that is the Spearman's method. Okay, thank you.